Fortunate events. Fortunate events. Series of fortunate events.
Oh my gosh, I just have such beautiful guests. They're just gorgeous. It's not beautiful gowns, it's just beautiful people. I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be starting a podcast?
I do have beautiful gowns, though.
Yes. I just realized that I should be starting a podcast because I'm the host and I'm supposed to be professional, but I'm so distracted by my beautiful guest. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody, to the latest episode of the series of Fortunate Events podcast, brought to you by who? It's me, MeMeCherry, and I am joined today by artiste, performer, the peach in the cakes that is the casa, aka House of Cakes. It's Beefcakes.
Hello, my little crumb guzzlers. I've been waiting to say that for so long. Thank you for calling me the peach.
Yes.
Oh my God. Lord knows that nobody else in the house has a big an ass as I do.
I mean, peach recognized peach.
Very that.
You know what I'm saying?
Very that. Yeah.
And yes, we can very much, I feel like part of SOFE Pod now, because I was inspired to come back from the dead, is in her crumble opinion. We will have sections that are in her cunty opinion. The unofficial spinoff.
Well, it's good because I'm very cunty and I have very many cunty opinions.
Notes. We've got notes.
I got that from my grandma.
So let's start let's just have a semi in the Wayback Machine.
Okay.
Tell me about what inspired your drag journey. I know that Oaklash, which is one of my golden moments of my heart, was a big part of your debutante season.
I would say yes. For me, I think that Oaklash in particular was kind of one of the things that really put me into people's minds and eyes and faces a little bit more. I had definitely been performing for a while before that.
Yeah.
But I think that's when people were like, oh, this bitch is like crazy and will do crazy things for attention. And I'm like, well, luckily you caught on.
You're welcome. Tell me why drag.
So drag for me was, I'm a dancer at heart, and by practice and by trade. So I had been doing that for many, many years.
Nice.
And had been auditioning to like companies and cruise ships and things like that, but like really didn't want to do that. I had this very iconic moment where I like went to a cruise ship audition with a friend, and like halfway through we both like looked at each other and like looked at all the other people at the audition, and
one of these things doesn't belong here.
Very that. It was like, oh, I'm gonna be trapped on a boat in the middle of an ocean with these people.
Ooh.
And so we just left and we were like, no, we're not doing this. We just went and got lunch instead.
That's cute.
So I was doing a bunch of dance stuff and then I just like, it wasn't really fulfilling as much as I wanted to.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, well, I'm a faggot. I can.
British cigarette.
Sure. Do you have one?
Well, yeah, you're right next to me.
Oh, lovely.
Because usually for YouTube in the first 10 minutes, I'm going to have to quack that.
Oh, shit.
It's okay, but it'll just be so we go British cigarette.
Very that. I can
adopt
that. But so yeah, I was just kind of like, I can do this.
Yes.
And so I started painting and then quickly realized that it's a lot harder than I thought.
Yes.
And so I spent like 2-ish years painting in my room by myself.
Oh. Sitting up in my room.
Exactly.
And painting my little face.
I said, and then I looked in the mirror and I said, oh God. I was like, oh Jesus, we gotta learn how to get this together.
Yes.
And then we did.
Nice.
And so then I started performing. So that's kind of like where she started.
Cute. Yeah, I definitely took my time today also up in my room.
And it
painting
shows.
My little Geishon.
And it shows.
I was like, I am not gonna not show up for Faith. Well, I love the intro to your drag journey. Tell me a little bit about how you got adopted into the House of Cakes, and were you one of those children?
I was one of the children. Notably, we have not fucked. We will not fuck. I love you, Phoebe. You're a wonderful mother. And contrary to my white skin, I'm not into incest.
Wow.
Do we have to like beep that one out too?
No.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
We're gonna
We
keep that one.
We can talk about incest all we want.
I'm sure YouTube loves that.
But so I moved here
Yeah.
about like 5-ish years ago and had been painting for like a year and a half.
Cute.
But really wanted the whole like drag house experience.
Yes.
And I wanted kind of someone to show me the ropes.
Yeah.
I initially asked somebody else
Oh.
to be my drag mother, and they promptly said no.
Name redacted for the. We keep the innocent.
I'm happy to name drop if we want.
Pew, 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 pew.
It's Honey Mahogany. She said, "I'm too busy for your crazy ass, but I will have sex with you."
SOFEpod.com/episode/honeymahogany.
I'm here to spill tea, baby. But she said no, and so then I was like, "Oh, next best, I guess." Phoebe
Yes.
Cakes.
Yes.
So
Phoebe
yeah,
Lena.
I saw her on Le Grindr,
Oh.
orange Facebook, if you will, and was just like, "Hey," and she was like, "Oh, well, hey, come over," and I was like, "No, like."
Oh no, I kind
wanna-
of like you.
I kind of want to do like drag stuff, and she's like, yeah, sure, come over, and I like did, and she was definitely like, I think expecting me to like do makeup and then like also maybe slide into that bed, and when I didn't, she was like, okay, well in that case I'm gonna have some other twink come over, and stopped painting my face halfway through. Went into her bedroom and had sex with somebody. Left me inside watching the Beyonce Coachella show, and then like got her nut and came back up and finished my face.
Phoebe, I like your style.
I don't.
Wow, what was I watching? I was watching something, and it was like, yeah, of some reality show. So of course I felt a little scripted, but it was like one person showed up to somebody's house with like the friend. No, it wasn't a reality show. It was, and just like that.
And you know what?
and
Just like that.
Carrie shows up with Miranda to Che's house. And Miranda, because this season she's a horny teenager, they go off into the room to go fuck, and just like they leave just Carrie there, like,
And Carrie's
okay,
like,
I guess I'm gonna talk to Che's.
Carrie's like,
husband.
I love shoes.
Okay, so very much Phoebe was giving Miranda energy.
Look, I want you to say that to her in person next time you see her too.
In my cunty opinion.
Yes, very that.
So, tell me about being in a house that I suspect not. Maybe I don't know, because we're gonna actually get into that too, because queer love is very queer, right? It's not normie love, and sometimes I forget. Are all houses incestuinas, or is the House of Cakes especially incestuina?
To my knowledge, most houses are not.
Okay.
I don't think, I agree. It's queer love, so there's a lot of give and take, push and pull here and there.
Family love.
Yeah. But, and I do mean give and take as like an innuendo. But
Catching, receiving.
a little football. Yeah,
Let's play ball.
But honestly, the only incest that actually happens in the House of Cakes is between Robert or Phoebe and
wow, government name.
Man name there. And Angel. Like other than that, nobody else does the dirty, does the little kai.
The source of my Homer moment, because I mean I'll probably cut it in right now, because I swore that they were dating, but then I was like, wait, but Phoebe mentions a different partner, which is where I'm talking about.
Come
sometimes
on,
I forget
polyamory.
that queer love
Yeah, very that.
And queer. I mean, polyamory is not specifically queer.
No, it is.
There you go. But yeah, and then I'm like, yeah, but I thought you guys were dating, but you're not. And Phoebe's like, we are.
No, they're definitely dating. I remember one very specific funny moment where I think they were like at a doctor's office, and someone was like, "Oh, do you have any partners?" And Angel was like, "No," and Phoebe was like, "Bitch, who am I?" Which I think is very funny. But yeah, no, I don't think that houses tend to be very incestuous, which is, I think, for the best.
Probably.
Just because, it's like mixing business with pleasure.
Yeah.
I think drag already blurs that line a little bit.
I know. I've been known to blur some lines, but every once in a while I get snapped out of it. Like, Okay, stop blurring those lines. They're a mentor for a reason.
Exactly that. Look, I'm Greek, and that's a very Grecian thing, is to blur the lines between mentor and student. And that's also where I come from. That's how my parents met.
Oh, okay. Trend alert.
Look, love to see it.
Well, speaking of drag, speaking of Bay Area drag, what is your hot take on the current state of the union, which is now what I'm starting to call it? The current state of Bay Area drag. What do you think?
Is there a union forming? Are we unionizing?
I mean, if, state of the union,
Yeah,
I hope
I got
so,
you.
but
work is work.
yes.
I fucking love Bay Area drag.
Yeah.
I think that someone went online the other day and said Bay Area drag is crunchy.
they got quoted very recently.
I thought so. I thought
Yes.
Nikki brought it up. Maybe
Vanilla.
And vanilla.
Yes.
Good for her.
Yes.
And my answer to that is, you know what? Some of it is.
And crunchy is good for you.
We love, yeah, no, it is.
Granola is good for
and
you.
this is my thing, is that I'm like, yeah, some of it is crunchy, and some of it is soft and smooth texture, and some of it is sour, and some of it is sweet.
Ooh.
And goddamn, I love some goddamn motherfucking variety.
Yeah.
I want that. I don't want all this cookie cutter RuPaul's Drag Race variety nonsense.
Yeah.
Like, give me all of it. Give me. I want all of it.
Yeah.
If you don't have some of the crunchy, then how are you gonna know when
how sweet it is when it gets sweet?
Exactly that. And like, I also love a journey. I love seeing someone who maybe is not the most thoroughly like put together, but then you like come back a year or two later and like see the progress.
Yeah.
That to me is better than seeing someone who's been put together the whole time.
Oh, I famously, one of my favorite journeys that I've captured on camera and on audio, and I'm trying to get my Puerto Rican sister back on here, but she comes into the Bay Area and leaves like the hurricane that she is. It's Florida, man.
Did you just call her ugly?
Florida's journey has very much been captured on the podcast. When I first met Florida, it was at a fundraiser at Oasis in the side room for rainbow refugees.
Cute.
And Florida was dressed up as Trumpito and pulled out a rainbow blanket of Putintito and very much was singing a love song to Putintino as Trumpito. And our lifelong friendship was born, and it's just beautiful. But they came on the podcast very much as a baby queen. Came along the way to capture some of the stumbling and journeying because we're humans and we're very human along the way.
Exactly that. And we like to see it.
Yes. And I love the evolution of Florida. Like, it's one of those stories that to me just, I mean, I also just have a soft spot for Florida. I love you, Florida. But to me, it's like a perfect example of what you're saying.
It's kind of funny that you bring up Florida, because Florida was one of the avenues for me to like kind of actually get my start and get started like being booked by other people. And it was through Turbo Pageant, because Turbo Pageant was such an incredible situation. And I think it holds like a very dear place in the hearts of like the House of Cakes in general. And like in a more general sense, the Bay Area drag scene. And I really miss it, but I also believe in the death of things, and I do think all things need to come to an end, and there's beauty in that.
Season and a reason.
Very that. And you know, speaking of endings, Florida did end her drag career, and we're all better off because of it.
I did not know that was a final.
I mean, who knows how final? I think she's quit
so
drag.
Many eras. I mean, Cher much. Are we gonna have a Florida Elizabeth Sherman era that suddenly we go back into like a farewell tour that never ends?
Is she coming back on the pod?
She said yes during Oaklash, but then, you know, life called her back to Florida because it's Florida, man.
Very that.
And I know that they're in town right now, but, you know, dodging me. It's okay. I still love you, Florida. One of these days they'll come back. The fact that you said that drag has been quit is probably why maybe, you know, they're just dodging me and Dippin' Dots. It's okay. We like Dippin' Dots.
We do like Dippin' Dots. Ice cream of the future.
Yes.
Come on, liquid nitrogen.
Well, we touched a tiny bit on it. And I want some advice from you, because I feel like the queer tees around me are doing love way better than most of the normies, muggles, the straighties around me. And especially because everybody is doing a lot of things, but I noticed that the queer tees are way more honest and open about it, because the normies are being just as polyamorous. They're just not as honest about it. And I don't know what I did in a previous lifetime that like being offered to be some version of like a side chick seems to be kind of like my continued era that I'm really trying to shake. So I've been told that I need to find a bisexual boyfriend.
Okay.
That's maybe like my better option.
Look, I have a weakness for bisexuals. Truly,
Hello.
as a bisexual, I'm always just like,
Hi.
let's find some equilibrium here,
Yes.
and then you can have a lot more fun.
Yes, but you're married,
I am,
but still having your fun.
yeah, absolutely.
Tell me
So
about that.
so Mattson, my husband, and I have been together.
Gorgeous human.
He is pretty, huh?
Yeah. Just like I say, human also, just like radiates like beautiful, soft, and like soft, like, you know, I don't mean it like oh soft, like soft as in approachable
Yeah.
energy.
Well, it's because he dresses like a toddler.
Your partner said it, not me.
He probably won't listen to this. But if you do, I love you, Mattson, and you know you dress like a toddler. But
So tell me about being married, but
yeah.
also just like exploring and having fun. How does that work
so
for
yeah,
you?
we've been together for almost 8 years now. I believe it's 8 years next month.
Nice, mazel tov.
Thank you.
Yes.
And we got married in May.
Yes.
So recent development in that regard. But we've been open for the past, I think, 5 years.
Okay.
So we started off in a closed, kind of like traditional-esque relationship. And for the majority of that time, it was also long distance.
Okay.
Which I think was really important for us because we kind of formed a really solid base
Yeah.
of communication and trust
Yeah.
and just like really knowing each other and knowing each other in different circumstances, in different stressors and all of that.
Yeah.
So then I was living in New York and he was living here. And right before I moved, I was like, oh my God, there's all these people in New York that I want to have gratuitous sex with. Can I just go do that? And he was like, oh, that's great because I've also
Been
been wanting to have some gratuitous sex. And I'm like,
Yeah.
cool, you go do that. I'll go
Yeah.
do my thing.
Okay.
And then we'll get together and have
Meet in
a
the
good
middle.
time. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so honestly, it's just been like that, and we never really looked back.
Yeah.
We do have a couple ground rules,
That's cute.
which I think is smart and important.
And healthy.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. It's like truly all about communication.
Yeah.
And then within the last couple of years, we've been kind of flirting a little bit more with the idea of polyamory.
How cute.
It has not necessarily worked out, not in like a bad way though. Like
Okay.
not as in the issues are between my husband and I,
Sure.
and more so the issues lie between me and the people that I'm dating.
You're doing research and development.
I like that. That's a good way.
Yeah,
That is a
R&D.
very fun way to sum up my emotions on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you got to play around with the recipe. Not every ingredient is going to make its way into the pot and make a delicious dish.
Okay, synonym.
Come on. Well, I feel like you would agree that I keep telling some of these cute, you're so fucking cute and charming and funny, which is why I fucking deal with you in the first fucking place, all of you. I wish you were just as honest with the other people in your life as you are with me. Because you all love to wear your heart on your sleeve for good old MeMeCherry. And, you know, well, I'm going to keep some things to myself. But, you know, yes.
Look,
Yeah.
I think you deserve a bisexual boyfriend.
I think I do too.
I am happy to hop on Scruff or Grindr
Please
or
do.
Hinge or wherever we find our bisexual boyfriends and do that with you.
I feel like we're going to do that right now. We're going to go and set up a cute little profile for me.
Ah!
And I feel like I should just have my friends like date for me.
Let's go take some nudes for you.
Yes.
I'll
And-
be your little photography director.
Cute. Can we make out too?
Yeah, I'll make out with you.
Okay, I think we're gonna go just make out. Is that okay?
Mm.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. Okay, cute.
In my crumble opinion. Hi, I'm Phoebe Cakes, and you're tuning in to In My Crumble Opinion. Hello, my little crumb whores. Hi, my little crumb dumpsters. Hello, my little crumb guzzlers. Welcome, my little crumb dumpsters. Hello, my little crumb guzzlers. Hello, my little crumb hungry sub pigs. Hello, my little crumb buckets. Hello, my little cum lovers. Oh my god, I said cum lovers. Hello, my little crumb lovers. Go ahead and like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Follow me on all social media platforms.
Oh my god, that was so gay.
Yeah, that was gay. Once again, I am Phoebe Cakes. In my crumble opinion.
We're so hot.
Oh,
so hot. Hold on.
Yeah, clean yourself up a little bit.
Ooh, it's that problematic star lipstick that just doesn't move. We had a cute little makeout session.
It was hot.
So hot.
I'm actually crossing my legs to conceal.
I'm uncrossing my legs to reveal.
Easier access, baby.
Okay, this is getting a little too hot. So speaking of love, and all those things, I feel like one of the things that touches on this theme of maybe how some of these people approach love, and that's like in the era of the internet, when somebody can slide into your DMs and tell you how much they've had a crush on you for 15 years and they love you so much and all those things. Yeah. So tell me about navigating current, technological computer love.
That's actually, it's very pertinent to me because I met my man on Tumblr.com.
Okay, Tumblr.
Which is not a dating app. Which is actually, I think, partially why it was so successful.
Yeah.
Was because we weren't there looking for love. Like, yes, we were there lusting for other strangers on the internet, but it wasn't like with the intention of meeting up and having sex with them.
Sure.
It was like Tumblr in like 2013 when we started talking online.
Were computers even around then?
Just barely, baby. The internet was just a brand new infinite little baby. Yeah, very that. But like, you were on to do a little bit of social networking, but mainly it was just like a blog space, a space for like kind of putting out your subconscious mind and just your likes and interests. So
like a journal,
exactly.
Like a visual journal,
like an online visual journal. And so like being
very
able,
expressive,
and being able to kind of like see how ours connected in that sense, I think was partially why that meeting was so successful. I have done my fair share of like online dating outside of my husband
and Tumblr.
And Tumblr. And for the most part, I have had mixed success.
Same.
Some of it is like I've had some great sex. I've had some terrible sex.
Same.
I made some good money off of some terrible sex.
Same.
Have you?
Yes.
Hey,
I
hell
was
yeah.
a rentable girlfriend for a summer.
Good for you.
In Minecraft.
Really?
I mean, not in Minecraft.
Oh, okay, I was like, damn,
no,
like
in real life.
nice.
It's on the podcast.
I'm like, look, it like if it's in Minecraft, like I'm very here for like VR.
No, I joke when I don't want to take responsibility for things that I've done in real life. I've done them in Minecraft. But no, I've got some. I mean, I've said some stories on the podcast. I'll tell you some more stories. I got some good stories.
Okay, heard that. We can swap again.
Yes,
There
I'll
we
tell
go.
you this. In Minecraft, I retired because of the Craigslist killer. I'll leave it there.
Fair enough. That's intense.
Yes.
I am excited to hear this story.
Yes.
Off camera.
This is when I should start the Patreon, huh?
Yeah. Do you have one yet?
Feel like this might be the birth of one.
Look.
Maybe you might just have to come to my house.
Okay.
And we'll do like a little Patreon, like, get real.
I will show whole.
Wow, that's for the OnlyFans. Well, we have many multiple streams. Okay, speaking of streams, we're crossing them right now.
Yes, we are. So sorry. We were talking about online dating.
Yes.
So
I'm like, yes.
mixed review. Some success.
Yes.
I honestly think the best things for me that have ever come out of like online dating have been friendships.
Yes.
And have been like people who I maybe still occasionally have sex with, but like actually vibe with and connect with on a thorough person-to-person level.
Yeah.
And so like that's always been kind of like how I measure a success is I'm like, oh, is this someone who I like actually enjoy spending time around and would go out of my way to do this again?
Yeah.
And I think it's hard. I don't really have like a formula or solution for like how to make that happen. But be wary of the fuckboys.
People be peopling.
Yeah, people do be peopling. That is
especially fuckboys.
Yeah.
Very fuckboying.
And
I am like, I don't know if I'm like a candle, like, wasps to the light or something, but like the fuckboys be loving them some Mimi.
well,
And I used to love them too, but I'm at a point that I don't want to be a plaything anymore.
yeah.
Is that too much to ask?
It's not. I think again, it's all about communication.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, you can't get someone to communicate with you, but you can read how someone is going to communicate and move accordingly.
I move very accordingly.
Good.
So yeah, I've been getting better about hitting the eject button.
Nice. It's hard to do.
It's very hard.
It's really hard to do. I actually had to do it relatively recently, and it like I'm still hung up on it, and it like it hurts, and it's like realizing that it's like I am having to pull myself out of this because you won't do that.
Yeah,
you will keep stringing me along. Yeah, and if I don't do this, then I'm just hurting myself.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, and I mean, self-flagellation is cute, but like only for Halloween, right?
Yeah, very that. Or in the bedroom occasionally.
I know that's right. So there's a couple more little things that I want to dive into as we continue in what I like to call the Barbara Walters section before we move into the Andy Cohen section.
Am I your right hand arm, man? Oh,
yes.
R.I.P. Barbara.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. Oh, so many things. R.I.P. to so many things. Sorry, I've been a little emotional the last couple of days, and no, my period is not coming, which is when I hate being emotional.
I'm coming though.
So there's a story. I was listening to your In Her Crumble Opinion house episodio, and there's something that came up that I bet you can't guess that we have in common.
Have you been arrested?
Well, I was detained at the airport because of a switchblade in London.
It was a switchblade too.
Yes.
Look, they'll get you for that one.
So
That's
I'll give you my story.
Please.
So I don't even know who gave it to me, but like I've lived in San Francisco for a long time. I used to take the bus. I used to get all kinds of things. And so I had and it was a locking switchblade, which was a very specific part of why I violated a very specific London law.
Okay.
Anyways, I would keep it in my backpack, right?
Because bitches need protection on the street.
Duh. And so I'm flying business class to London for work.
Oh my God.
I'm checking the bag at SFO and it gets flagged. Mind you, this is not the end of the story. And I'm like, oh shit, the knife, I'm so sorry. Because it's gotten beeped a couple of times, fully expecting that they were going to take it. And she's like, oh no, it's cool. I was like, oh, okay. So I fly to London.
You're like, okay, yeah, I guess 9/11 did not happen.
Yeah, I guess cool. Whatever.
What about?
So go to London fully not knowing that it was fully illegal for me to be in possession of that specific kind of switchblade in London, period.
Well, it should be in SF too, in California.
Again,
anyways,
in Minecraft. And so I'm in London. I go to my redacted current company job, work for whatever. And I am once again going back through business class. I get escorted. I get a back way entrance, especially at LHR. I get to the scanners. And again, my bag is pulled. I'm like, yes, so sorry. Switchblade. And they're like, no, actually, this is the problem.
They're like, oh no, cuffs.
Yeah, well, so they were like, sit right here. And I was like, okay. And they were like, we have to call this in. We have to call Homeland Security. And thankfully, I got there really early for my flight. Really early. And basically, I sat there for about 45 minutes, sweating balls. And then these two big old burly British cops come walking down. And mind you, TSA's tall.
I love a burly man.
Oh, hold on.
But fuck cops.
Oh, no. Fuck cops.
Fuck cops.
Fuck cops. ACAB all day.
Very that.
But if there was a moment to do one of these, and mind you, TSA's at this height, and then these two burly cops are this tall. And then little old me. And so I'm like, oh yeah, San Francisco, so scary. So then they come up and they're like, okay, switchblade in possession. Why? I'm like, San Francisco, so scary. And they're like, oh yeah, duh, totally. No problem. We just have to have you sign this form. We're going to have to, como se dice, register this with Homeland Security. And basically, next time I go to London, if I fuck around, I'm going to find out.
Yeah, very
It was confiscated to be destroyed. I'm sure that they have some little lottery over there.
They sell them. Yeah. They have a little raffle. It's selling other people's belongings.
So when I heard that story, I was like, oh my God.
Oh, look. I'm glad that we can trauma bond right now over this. I was really sad about it because I was like, that was my grandma's fucking switchblade.
It was a nice knife.
It was a nice knife.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn it. damn it! And I didn't even get to use it on a man.
Me neither. Yeah, no, and it's funny because at said redacted job thing, there was like a happy hour, right? And the redacted people that I work for were teaching the other ones how to make a specific drink, and they're like, "Oh, we need a knife," and I'm like, "I got you."
You're like, I got it.
So a couple of them call me Switchblade, and then mind you, okay, they might be associated with the law, which was going to be super embarrassing if I got arrested at the airport on the way home. But then mind you, they're so cute. One of them was like, "I'm a lawyer. Like I would have got like just call me." I was like, "Are you kidding me? I wouldn't have called any of you. None of you.
Like,
no, I wouldn't have even called my mother.
No, my work was not going to find out that I got detained at the airport.
I would have done one of these first."
Exactly that.
But yeah, they just like took pity on me, and I had to sign some paperwork. I'm on some registry somewhere, I'm sure, for like 10, 20 years.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't miss your flight and then have to like live a like street life in London,
Oh my God.
like trying to make your ends meet without a knife, mind you.
That's not a knife. So then, mind you, so I get through TSA, I still have time, and I'm flying business class because work is paying for it. And so I go to the Virgin Lounge, which at the London airport, it's even bigger than this.
Right.
And like nicer. And so I met a sweet, sweet friend, Marika, if I'm not mistaken, if I got your name right, who follows me on Instagram. And
Marika.
taught me how to make a breakfast martini,
Ooh.
which is a London drink. It's very cute. And I still make it to this day. So yeah.
Gin or vodka?
I do the vodka.
Okay, very that.
Yes. It's vodka, orange marmalade,
Ooh.
a little bit of triple sec, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting.
A little fresh citrus, if I'm not mistaken, of some sort. And then
Shaken?
Yeah.
Okay, cute.
Yeah.
So
That's how I recovered from being detained for having a switchblade.
it's very funny that you said that because I don't normally drink at an airport because that shit's fucking expensive.
Oh yeah.
But after I got detained and subsequently missed my flight, I was like, bitch, I need a fucking drink.
Yes.
And like downed like 4 mimosas and then got on a flight and went directly to my grandmother's funeral. Like a little toasty.
Oh my gosh.
That's all right. It was fine.
So it was the knife that your grandmother gave you on the same grandmother?
Same grandmother. She didn't actually give it to me. My mother had found it and was like, "Oh, well, this was hers. Do you want it?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I want
Yes,
my
please,
grandma's
and thank
knife."
you.
And she was a badass. She had this story of a home invasion story where she was like asleep in bed and like woke up to a man with a knife like at her throat, and she grabbed the knife with her bare hand and like forced it off and like got her shotgun and chased this man out of her house. She was a fucking badass.
That's my kind of energy.
Yo, she's a badass.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I sleep with a taser next to me, so come fuck with me.
I know why you sleep with a taser next to you. Let's not play games.
So I asked the internet if there were any questions from Internetlandia, and I got thousands, but they basically were around the same idea.
Do you wear wigs? Will you wear wigs? Why are you so sweaty?
Why don't she like wigs? Beef, when will you wear wigs?
Will you wear wigs?
Will you have a wig? Will you have this wig?
Look, my thing with wigs is I like a wig. I will wear a wig.
You'll talk to a wig.
I'll talk to a wig.
Softly make love to a wig.
I'll say wig boots. If a wig is extra slay, I will for sure wear a wig. But I have nice hair.
Very nice.
I have really nice hair.
May I?
Yep. Oh, please.
Oh.
I actually
Ooh,
just
it's
got
luscious.
it cut yesterday
It's very
by
soft.
Mud the Two Spirit.
Yes.
Shout out to Mud. If you need your haircut, probably don't ask them because I don't think that they have a ton of time.
Oh, there you go.
But
Exclusive.
also, I don't know. Maybe you should ask them.
Pay double. Make them make time.
Yeah. So so wigs. I like to buck and I like to dance.
Yes.
And I like to look decent and
You look more than decent,
Thank
my
you.
dear.
Thank you. The only thing is that when I wear wigs, a lot of the times they come flying off my head.
Yeah.
And then I don't look decent.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
then I have like a wig cap and duct
Yeah.
tape and one of those hair bands. And then like even if that all comes off, then the hair underneath has been like wrapped into a tiny little bun. And it's it's just
You're no Nikki Jizz.
No, very that. Even when I was Nikki Jizz's backup dancer with three wigs and a bald cap on, I was still no Nikki Jizz. And that wig barely stayed on my head. Let's talk about it.
You have a big brain like me. That's why the wigs don't stay.
Oh!
I don't like things on my head that are
Look,
tight.
none of you other drag queens who wear wigs have big brains. You heard it from Mimi first.
You tiny smooth brain motherfuckers, you.
Very that, like, dumb and unintelligent. Thank you.
Dumb.
But then, okay, so my other thing is with wigs is that, like, I am not doing drag in a manner to do female impersonation.
Yes.
Tell
me about that.
I have a full body of chest hair, of hair on my back, on my legs, in my groin, in my armpits, on my arms, on my face.
It's beautiful hair.
Yeah, thank you. And but like I don't really pad. I'm not trying to do the whole female impersonation thing. I'm never gonna sell that.
That's not your fantasy.
And I don't want to.
That's not your fantasy.
So like I think a large part of wigs is that, and I guess I just don't really see the point. Unless there is a point to the wig.
Of course.
Like for my Samus number, like I wore the wig because that's what Samus looks like.
Yeah. For
For my fat slut number that I have coming up, I will be wearing a wig.
cute.
Keep an eye out. When the occasion calls for it,
Yeah.
I wear a wig.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't,
Yeah.
then I don't need that.
Yeah, I mean, the panties are going to fall off regardless.
Mhm.
I know mine will.
Mhm.
Well, cute. This is when we wrap up our babwa portion of the show. And I just have to like sneak in one more little kiss, like a little.
You want to do it on camera?
May I? First kiss on the pod.
How is that for you?
Oh my god! I haven't been kissed in a minute.
Oh.
Okay.
Mhm.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Oh, wait. Let me. Now I'm recording. Wait, can you do that all
Now we're
again?
hot camera.
Yes, my special.
This is Sair's shoe cam.
Yes.
Okay, Sair shoe cam moment. Okay. Gotta go.
You coming for
Hold
my
on.
style, huh?
Here,
Gonna steal a boot?
would you like to narrate the boot cam moment?
Oh, please.
Well, we all love leather, and I feel like if any beautiful person like this was to walk into an establishment, any twink should be glad to get on their knees, bend over, and rub and polish all of this. With consent, of course.
Consent is given.
And then tip.
Consent is
after
given.
and say thank you, it was an honor. That's all.
Yes, thank you. It was an honor.
That'll go on the Patreon.
Go. And we're back. Hot cam. We're hot cam.
We're going.
Ah,
That cam is hot, baby.
that cam is hot, baby. Do you like my cam, baby?
I do.
I like my cam too. If you like my cam, no. Okay.
I like my cam like I like my breakfast martinis.
Ooh, nice
Hot.
and sweet. It's shaken. While we're having this sexy moment, I should probably just stop and say thank you, Fluid 510, for sponsoring the podcast and giving us a beautiful home for the pod. If you're in Oakland, come on by. They make some cute food. They make some cute drinks. Look at that. There's beautiful people here in the background. I haven't even seen half of these people walk in the door. They're so gorgeous. There was the most gorgeous daddy and son earlier, and I couldn't tell what kind of daddy and son they were, but they were like, dad and son.
You can hop back on that incest train if you want.
But because like for a minute I was like, they're like looking at me, and like they're like, oh, so you're having a podcast set up, like what is this? And I'm like, oh, I do have a podcast. But yeah, they just moved into town and they were
Okay.
checking it out. So
And they were checking you out.
yes, thank you.
Nice. Look, that might be your bisexual boyfriend.
Either the daddy and the son.
And all you need is the Holy Spirit.
On that note, we're going to enter the Andy Cohen portion of the era of the show. I have a couple of games for you. I have a few games actually for you.
I love a game.
So the first one is kind of silly because when I think beef, I think paint. I think a look. So I pulled up some little makeup trends.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to say slayed or fade. And if they slay, I think you kind of figured it out. And if they not, they should just fade away.
Into obscurity.
Yes. How about high, microphone, high and strong blush, like me and my intern like to wear.
I love a strong blush. I think it's definitely a slay.
Cute.
I think it can very quickly turn into too much.
Yes.
So I think all things in moderation. So yeah, it's a slay.
It's a slay.
On thin ice.
Ooh. Okay, I like this. What about bleached brows?
Bleach brows for me are a fade.
Oh, wow.
Partially because it's a fad, and partially because I'm just like, girls, just shave them off.
I know
If you don't want the brows, if you want them to be like see-through or like half gone, like take them off.
Yes.
And then you can have no brows whenever you want, but you can also put on new brows.
Or you can be a teenager in the 90s and pluck most of them away like I did. What do we think about graphic eyeliners?
I love a graphic liner.
Yes.
I love a graphic liner that is well executed.
Yes.
Because they can be really sloppy, and when they
Yes.
are, I don't love them.
Then they're very much on thin ice.
However, they are a slay for
Yes.
me because it shows creativity. It shows a little bit more taking agency with your makeup, and I always love that because it's a little bit more about like you specifically as opposed to like what your idea of good makeup looks like.
And the play aspect of makeup, which I
agree.
feel like we sometimes forget along the way, especially in the era of like Instagram makeup and TikTok makeup.
Mhm.
I feel like TikTok has brought the play back, but Instagram makeup for a minute there was just like very, very severe up in here.
Yeah, and like especially like drag queen makeup was very cookie cutter.
Yes.
But speaking of graphic liner that I do like, I like your orange little neon dots and lines, baby.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I did it just for you,
Did you?
baby. Yes. I'm telling you, I took my time today. I was not gonna come up in here looking sloppy. Lube as primer.
Oh.
I saw a video that was doing a YouTube video doing TikTok trends, and lube as primer was one of those.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I can honestly say that this is my first time hearing about it.
Yes.
So I don't know if I'm well acquainted enough to make a choice assessment.
I'll tell you, it didn't seem successful.
It did or
long
did
term.
not.
It at first it seemed like application wise, it was like, oh, cute.
Right.
But long term wear, it was not a good choice.
I guess
so I'm gonna give it a fade.
I think my confusing bit about it is that it's like lube isn't like cheap, so just use a primer that's like actually for that.
Yes. Speaking of like ooey gooey things, what do we feel about gloss on the lids? That was having a moment.
It was having a moment, and I do enjoy a gloss on the lids, especially because like it'll catch a lot of glitter
Light.
and
Yes.
light, yeah, which is nice. So yeah, I think that's a slay.
Yeah, I've tried it. I have I have hooded eyes, so it's a little bit hard for me to pull off the gloss moment, but it's cute.
Well, because then it just gets
Sits.
it just sits.
Glops up
Yeah.
in there. And I'm gonna have something glop on me. I'd rather have it in some other parts of my body. How do we feel about a cunty cat eye? I feel like we're serving cunty cat eye
We
today.
are serving cunty cat eye. I love a cunty cat eye.
We love a cunty cat eye in this house.
I like to smoke mine out on the bottom a nice
Ooh.
little bit.
Yeah.
This one is not. But I just feel like a smoked out cunty little cat eye is just like, ooh,
It's the moment.
mhm.
She's the moment.
She's yummy.
Cute. So she's slay.
She's slay.
And one that I have not seen, but it made sense to me once I saw the application. They call it a DIY 3D decals, as in glue gun liner.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, we have a breath.
Look, so this is another one that falls in the kind of like right in between, where it's like when it's cunty,
Yeah.
bitch, she's cunty.
Yeah.
She looks good.
Yeah.
But she can so easily be very basic and very. Oh, you saw this on Instagram and now you're trying it for the first time.
So thin ice, like an ice skater
Thin ice,
costume. It
yes,
could be really
very-
cute or it could be really costumey.
That's I like that. That's really good.
We are just connecting. Do you like our date? I feel like we're on a date right now.
I feel like we're on a date too.
cute.
I would like some hors d'oeuvres.
I will totally feed you.
Are you paying?
I am tip. I'm
Slay!
totally paying.
Okay, that's a slay. That's a slay, not a fade.
I will put this redacted company money to good use.
Good.
How about body glitter that I
body-
slathered
Oh.
myself in today.
Absolutely a slay.
Yes.
Always and forever body glitter yourself, unless you're going onto a pole.
Yes.
In which case, don't, because be mindful of the people who are coming after you.
Yeah.
But other than that, body glitter is absolutely a slay. I think you can overdo it a little bit sometimes. If it's like, like a Tuesday, like okay,
My my pool the pool in my apartment building in the summer very much has a shimmer of glitter at the bottom, and it's
From
very
you.
much me in Minecraft.
Yeah, there you go. I have a sunscreen that has like a glitter in it. It's called unicorn snot or something. And it's very cunt.
Last up on our slay or fade, teeny tiny face contour. These contours that make you have teeny tiny, almost deer-like, cartoon-like little noses and tiny faces. I feel like the current freshman class coming out of the drag race is doing very teeny tiny contours. How do you feel about teeny tiny contours?
It's a fade for me.
It's a fade.
My view of drag is work with what you have. Don't erase what is already there. So
You're a
if you
maximista.
vary that. If you have a big nose, use that big nose. If you have a big brow bone, use the big brow bone. If you've got like nice little cheeks, like use them. I don't know. I'm like, you have a beautiful face.
Yeah.
Emphasize it. Don't fade it away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a pass. It's a fade.
While we're on the sleigh train, I have one more sleigh themed game for you. I'm calling this one Slay or Brain Rot.
Oh.
I'm going to give you just little hot topics. I don't usually do hot topics on the pod, but I felt like beef would be a fun one to play with.
Why? Because I
was
used
like,
to
I'm
work
so
at a Hot
excited
Topic.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I
Look
actually
at that.
didn't. I'm just lying to you.
Could have pulled that off.
Thank you.
Slay or Brain Rot? Elon Musk changing the name of Twitter to X.
Anything involving Elon Musk is brain rot. Fuck him. Fuck capitalism. Fuck the billionaire class.
Yes, which is why I take my company redacted money and give it to all my queer tees.
We love to see it.
Britney Spears finally releasing, potentially, if the lawyers let her, releasing a tell-all book.
Oh, Slay. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, so right now, Justin Timberlake's lawyers and Colin, what's his face?
Farrell?
Yes, the Irish one.
Yeah.
Because they had like a hot little moment.
Oh.
Right now, they're trying to get their hands on it before it gets released.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Have you seen his sex tape?
I did.
It's like kind of disappointing.
Yeah. I mean, normies be like that sometimes.
Very that. He does have a pretty penis though.
Gorgeous.
Mm.
Okay. Speaking of gorgeous penises, Barbie movie being number one.
That is absolutely a slay. I did see it. Have you seen it
Yes,
yet?
and I'm gonna go see it again.
It was so good. I really, really loved it. I think it's not a perfect movie. It has its small critiques.
Of course.
Mainly my critiques of it are the way that Mattel dealt with Mattel.
Yeah.
But other than that, I thought it was completely a slay.
It was cute. Yeah.
Mhm.
I laughed, I cried, I laughed again, I
Oh
cried
my god!
again.
I was like, I had two different cry moments. One
Me
was
too!
like one of those single tears, and I was like, oh.
Which were your cry moments?
So where was the single tear? The single tear was when she like kind of comes back
Uh-huh.
to Barbie Land for the first time.
Yeah.
Sorry for spoilers. And kind of like realizes that like, oh, like there's no going back from this.
Yeah.
And that was like for me like a real kind of like first like, oh, like tear.
Yeah.
And then I had it dry. I said no tears left to cry. And then that last 15 minutes when she's like talking with Barbara Handler.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sobbing.
Yeah.
Sobbing.
I was sobbing there, and then my other cry moment was America Ferrara's monologue, which I'm
Okay.
sure many an actor is going to be using now,
Mhm.
about, you know, you got to be thin but not too thin.
Right.
You got to be sexy but not too sexy. You know, be a good mom but shut up about your kids. Like that whole moment, like I was like, yes, bitch, yes,
Speak.
yes, speak on it. Speaking of Mattel being Mattel. Duh, because capitalism. Now they want to turn
Brain rot.
a symphony like multiverse out of like all the toys.
That one's brain rot.
Super brain rot.
Like, don't get me wrong. I am curious to know what the Uno cinematic universe looks like.
Come on, Uno.
But it's brain rot.
I feel like a couple of them might be cute, but yeah, it's
But
super brain rot.
It's
super,
capitalism.
like, come on,
it's
bro.
just like, girl, like
Do you have to kill everything?
bury that.
Well, good side of capitalism. Bad Bunny's Un Verano Sin Ti,
Whew.
most streamed album on Spotify.
Sorry, I just like
I know.
flooded my basement just by the
Mine
mention of
is
his name.
so flooded
He's
also.
so fine.
Ugh.
Have you seen the wrestling videos?
I've seen everything.
Oh my god!
I love me some Benito.
Holy shit!
I am still cooking up my drag debut, and part of me wants to do exclusively Bad Bunny songs,
Ooh.
regardless of gender expression.
Yeah, good bunny.
Yeah. Well, quiero ser la mala coneja.
Ah, I
There
love
you
to
go.
see it.
Because, MeMeCherry, but I'm going to get into the gig.
Hop.
Speaking of people that get into a gig every once in a while, Kylie Jenner queer baiting with her girlfriends on social media. They sure like to pretend like they're lesbianic, but I don't know if they really are.
You
I don't even know
know,
if they're actually bisexual.
I'm not here to gatekeep other people's bisexuality.
Ooh, I like that.
Or sexuality in general.
I like that.
But I will. And it's brain rot.
Very brain rot.
It's brain rot.
It feels like trying to spin up more eyes for the show.
Yeah, I'm just like, if you're gonna do the queer baiting shit,
Yeah.
then and be in the public eye like that, then at least put your money where your fucking mouth is.
I know that's right.
And then also like live a queer life.
Yeah. Well, from Kylie Jenner to other coke whores, cocaine sharks. Allegedly, Shark Week's marketing department works harder than Kris Jenner because this week the news is flooded that supposedly sharks off of Florida's coast are eating up cocaine, and that's why they're aggressive.
They said cocaine bear who?
Exactly.
Look, the only thing that I was paying attention to with Shark Week was I saw this little clip of Jason Momoa showing his underwear, and I was like, "Hi,
Doing the haka.
hi."
Last but not least, Slay or Brain Rot, Chromosome and Vinyl.
Wow. They're both brain rot. Thank you. Thank you for coming. But you're brain rot for supporting me. No, I mean, obviously there are slays in my crumble opinion.
In her cunty opinion.
But yeah, no, I love my shows.
Cute.
Yeah.
If you did not know, those are the shows that this sweet little Dewall
Produces, hosts, performs at,
I know the feeling.
organizes, promotes. What else
Books.
do I fucking do? Yeah, like literally the list goes on.
Mhm.
But
We
yeah,
are
Vinyl.
hardworking around here.
Let me plug those real quick, yeah?
Yes,
Okay,
please.
Vinyl is my drag brunch that happens monthly at Northlight in Temescal. It is always the last Sunday of the month, and we pick an album and we do it cover to cover. So
Is that why it's called
thing.
Vinyl?
It is. Well, so the thing is, we play all of our music off of vinyl records at Northlight, and so that was kind of what
That's
inspired the
super
whole
cute.
thing. But they started short circuiting during brunch because we were playing them so loud and all of this stuff. So we actually don't play them off
Vinyl
of
anymore.
the vinyl albums for brunch.
Yeah.
Because I'm not taking the risk of the songs stopping.
Yeah.
Because the performers just are better than that.
Yeah.
So we don't do the full albums like on vinyl anymore.
The vibe, the energy's there.
Yes, it is.
That's cute.
And oftentimes, if I can, I will find recordings of vinyl, so it still has like the
Yes.
pops and stuff.
Yes, that's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cute.
And then Chromosome is the party that I throw with Bonita Rose.
Future guest on the pod.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate her. What a cunt.
A beautiful cunt.
She is. It's upsetting how beautiful that bitch
It's
is.
disgusting.
I'm like, look, when you are as old as she is and you have skin that good, you might as well weaponize it.
Weaponizing your beautiful face and ass.
Yeah. Oh, ass. Debatable.
I was trying to get the BFA in there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Oh, okay. Beautiful face and ass. Beautiful farts.
And assholes.
And assholes. Very
There
that.
you go.
So Chromosome is, we've only done one so far, but we have another one coming up in October. And it is a color-based look and dance party. The
Nice.
first one was the color pink for Pride.
So
The
cute.
color of pussy, the color of faggotry. You can beep that out. Or sorry, the color of...
We're past 10
Oh,
minutes.
we're past 10 minutes? Okay, cool. Faggot.
Fuck cunt shit.
Yeah, Pink was very fun, very successful. I would say we didn't lose a fuck ton of money off that show, so
Cute.
I consider that a success.
Yes.
And
As a startup, I get it.
exactly that.
Yes.
And so come through in October.
Yes.
Look forward to the date release I know we teased the color was going to be blue, but I think that the color is actually going to be orange.
Pew, 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 pew. Hot off the presses. Hot off the presses.
Exactly
Is this an
that.
exclusive?
This is an exclusive.
Exclusive.
TMZ could never.
Never. They're homophobic asses.
Are they
Okay.
homophobic?
I mean, they kind of feel a
Yeah.
little,
Very that.
you know.
I like it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Harvey might not be, but I just feel like the tone of the media sometimes is not queer friendly.
Has it ever been?
Most of it isn't.
Most of
but
it is
that's
not.
why I'm here.
Exactly that.
You're welcome.
Promote your own shit.
Bitch. Well, the last little game that I have for you, it's starting to become a classic on SOFEpod.com.
Uh-huh.
A little game that we like to play amongst friends. Just so we can pull out our little in our country pin. Oh yeah, we'll pull something else
We'll
out.
pull something else
I
out,
got
too.
distracted. We're gonna play a little Kiki Kai Kai Pill. And yes, Trixie Mattel, I am queer, so I can say Kiki Kai Kai Pill, but you can read all those other mainstream people for trying to use that with you and try to bond with you. But I've been playing this game for years, and you're welcome.
I'm trying to bondage Trixie Mattel.
Yes. Well,
The Kai Kai.
Trixie just had a video with Lux Noir where they were kind of like getting into the geesh, and Trixie's like, "Oh my god, don't you hate it when reporters ask you like, who would you kiki with or who would you kai kai with?" And I was like, "Not them reading me the film." But I actually play a game, so we're gonna play Kiki Kai Kai Pill. This is Instagram edition.
Ooh.
So I basically flipped through our dear guest's Instagram. I pulled some names and faces, and we're gonna do a cute little Kiki Kai Kai Pill. I feel like you know the rules of the game.
I would like to think so.
You can choose the pill, whatever. It can be a laxative. It can be an antihistamine.
Cyanide.
It can be some Molly.
Yeah.
Cyanide is cute too.
Mhm.
We have first up on stage Mojo Carter,
Ooh.
Bonita Rose,
Ooh.
and Cornbread the Snack.
Ooh.
Kiki Kai Kai Pill.
I'm going to kai kai with cornbread.
Cute.
I feel like that's no secret. I'm very into that.
Yes.
I'm gonna kai kai or kiki. Wow, maybe I kai kai all of them.
We allow that.
I'm gonna kiki with Mojo, partially because I know she does not want to kai kai with me, and partially because she's just the fucking best to kiki with.
So cute.
And I will give a pill to my good sis Bonita Rose.
What kind of pill are we giving?
It'll be a
Bonita?
breath mint.
And yes, we do allow kai 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 kai, but I feel like plead the fifth. You want to save your kai 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 kai.
We'll see. We'll
you
see.
don't want to bust your nut off
Yeah.
out the gate
We'll
with
see.
your kai
We'll
kai
see
kai
who
kai
else you
kai
got
kai.
on this list, and then we can go from there.
Next up on our stage for Kiki Kai Kai Peel, we have our current reigning drag queen of the year, Miss Nicole
Ooh.
Jissington, aka Nikki Jizz. We have also current reigning Kai Kai B. Michaels. And rounding out this cute little trio, we have Translucent.
Ooh, okay. So for the first two, I was like, oh, we're leaning into this kai kai moment. That's Translucent is my sister, so we're not gonna do that again.
we're cutting off Insistina now.
Yeah, she had her time in the sun. We're done.
Yeah. She can go to bed with.
Thank you. Now go to sleep, wig.
So is it Kai 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 Kiki?
I think it might be.
I like it.
Look,
I'll allow it.
I would kai with Miss Jissington, and no,
would
that's not
too.
just because she said that she would do that with me on your podcast too. But I would do it.
Cute. I'd watch.
I think that it would be a little bit of a battle as to like who's gonna top. But it's a battle I'm willing to fight. And then it's no secret that I'd kai with kai. Yeah, let's say kai
Future
Kiki.
guest on the pod. I like it. Kai Kai Kiki.
Mhm.
We have coming up next on the stage them new to the Bay Area. Them heels. We have currently hitting the viral button on X, Cheetah Biscotti with their Steve Harvey drag. And last but not least, the beautiful hands behind your hair, Mud the Tooth Sparrow.
You're making this hard for me.
Hello.
All right, well, I already did my double kai, so I'm gonna be harsh with this one.
I'm scared for you all.
The Kai Kai has to go to Cheetah Biscotti.
Cute.
Because is this like has to be in Steve Harvey drag?
I mean,
Because I would prefer. I would prefer for it to not be. I already get enough of a bald man from my husband, and I don't.
Doesn't
I
have to
don't
be Steve Harvey
need
drag.
another one. But
just Cheetah is Cheetah.
Cheetah Biscotti embodies sex.
Yes.
And there's no one that I'd rather fuck in this world.
Yeah.
Than Cheetah Biscotti. So
Cute.
Kai Kai with Cheetah.
Cute.
And then the other ones are them and Mud.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, damn it, this is hard. No, you know what? No, it's not. I'm gonna kiki
hard?
with Mud because we kikied really hard last night, and it was very lovely and so sweet.
Yeah.
And everything was just, it was just perfect.
Yeah.
So yes, kiki with Mud. And I also know that they're relatively sober from all things, so they don't want pills. However, them is not, and them would love some Molly. So let's give them some Molly. Exactly. Help them on that go-go booth. Not that they need help on that go-go booth.
No help needed. I know we retired in Sistina, but
Do
we're going
it.
to bring her back for
Go
one
off.
quick little round
Go off.
of Phoebe cakes, angel food cakes, and princess cakes.
Oh my God.
The family that bonds together, slays together.
I will pill them all. And I truly do mean that in like,
You get a Zyrtec. You get a Zyrtec. You get a Zyrtec.
and go to sleep because I'm done hearing from you. No, they all get pills, but they did get different kinds of pills.
Oh, cute.
What pills? Phoebe gets a laxative.
Yeah, okay.
I think that's only fair. She could use it. Full of shit. Miss Angel Food Cakes gets a I think that she gets like one of those microdosey mushroom pills.
Cute. I like those.
Yeah.
They're cute.
Yeah, she needs like to chill out
That
a
tracks.
little bit. Yeah. And like, but it also helps her like zone in and focus.
Yes.
And then Prince X gets their prescribed anxiety meds.
There we go. Look at that.
I love you.
Last up on our little windmill that is Kiki Kaka Pill, we have Lisa Frankenstein, former guest on the pod. One of my other fires up my bisexual demons people's Evian and Eris Throttle Cakes, the last of the Insistina
Okay.
train.
We're going to go Kai Kai with Evian.
Cute.
As long as her boyfriend Tanner gets to participate as well.
I co-sign that.
Cool. Sweetie. And then we're gonna kiki with Lisa. Because obviously, besties be bestieing.
Yes.
And I'll give a pill to Miss Throttle Cakes herself. And that is gonna be a sleeping pill.
Well, with that, oh God, I don't want this to end.
But we
don't
can
want
just
it to
we can
end.
just keep.
I mean, we're
we can
gonna
just
keep going. It just won't be on camera. But before we go, please let all the beautiful people in my audience know where they can find you besides my bedroom tonight.
Well, you can find me on le Instagram at she_beef. That is not my drag name, though many of you think it is. It's just my handle. My name is Beefcakes.
Beefcakes.
So that's where you can find me online. But again, you can catch me at either of my two shows that I produce and host. We already talked about them earlier. We'll find a time standpoint and like, I don't know, maybe like link it to it or whatever.
And tell me about Fat Slut, yes?
Yes, Fat Slut is happening August 4th. If you don't know what Fat Slut is, it's normally happening at Precinct in LA. It is a meatballs party, and it's a fucking crazy ass show.
Meatball, please come on my podcast.
Honestly, I'll put in a good word.
Please, thank you.
Absolutely.
I love you, Meatball. Meatball, I was there taking your pictures when you were riding that Lime scooter outside of Oaklash. Your heel broke and you ran over the rat. I was there. Come on my podcast.
I was the rat.
They came back to life.
August 4th. It's going to be happening at Oasis, and it's going to be a fucking blast.
Cute.
So y'all should come through. This
Yes.
lineup is stacked as hell.
Yes.
And it should be fun.
It's going to be super cute. I will be making my way down there, so make sure to make your way down there. And for timing purposes, this podcast will actually be in your pockets a little early because I want them to know about Fat Slut on the 4th.
Oh,
so you're
sweet.
welcome.
Sorry for making you work extra hard.
Oh my God, I love hard work. I love it when things get hard. Okay, let me remember the things I'm supposed to remember as an influencer. If you are listening to the audio, aren't our voices beautiful? Come over to the YouTube. We're super cute in person too.
Ooh.
If you're on the YouTube, go onto your friend's computer and subscribe on the Apple Podcast app. Just subscribe them. They'll thank you later. We have merch, sofepod.com/merch. There's pillows, there's t-shirts. I should make some cock rings. I don't know. We'll talk about it. I am cooking up in the kitchen, potentially a cute little live podcast out of this beautiful venue.
Ooh.
I want to do a Franken drag moment where I have one person do my hair, I have one person do my face, and I have one person do my look. And I am going to actually go out on a limb right now and ask Beef if they will do my face for the
Ooh.
Franken drag pod.
I'll beat your face.
Cute.
I'll beat your face. I might need a little practice first because when I do paint other people, I oftentimes put beef.
You mean
on
we get
them.
to hang out some more?
Oh no.
Oh, ew.
Criminal.
Patooey. So keep an eye out for more information about that live show. I feel like October is very apropos for my first time in drag, just like a baby drag queen to come out in Halloween season. So yes, hit like, hit subscribe, tell a friend, hug your neighbor.
Tell your mom you love her.
Yeah, make out with a friend.
If you don't have your mom, then fuck you. Sorry, you can take that out.
No, I'm leaving that in. Sometimes I want. Well. Sometimes I want to tell my mom to fuck herself, but no, we're getting along right now. I love you, mom.
And I love you, mom.
Yes, we love mothers, and your other mother. I love your other mother too, Phoebelina.
Oh yeah, her.
And the other mother from Coraline, I love her too.
Oh, she's spooky ooky.
I know, I wanna
Buttons,
do her look,
flies.
too.
That would be sickening.
Right?
Yeah.
At the end one with the bustle.
Ugh, and like the
Yes!
long ass neck. And
Yes.
Like, ugh.
Well, look out for dragonflies. Look out for cats that like to talk to you.
Mhm. And don't go through the small door in
That
your
looks
living
like
room.
it looks like a fucking asshole. I mean, unless you like going up assholes. I like it sometimes. But doesn't it look like a butthole?
It does.
She's totally crawling
like a
through a
butthole
butthole.
from someone in Blue Man Group.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know where we're going now.
I know exactly where we're going.
My bedroom. Okay, bye. Bye, YouTube. Bye, podcast. Bye, everybody. Also, Beef's husband, I'm so sorry. I love you too.
Yeah, we love you, Madsen.
Bye.
MeMeCherry presents a series of fortunate events. Fortunate events.